to all of our media joining us inside Rupp Arena. Also, the media joining us statewide. Remember to get your questions in on the Zoom chat feature. We'll read those off. First up, we're joined by state runner-ups Elizabethtown with their head coach, James Hare, and 2 student athletes. Coach Hare, state championship game. Didn't go the way, obviously, that you'd like it, but you made it here. It was an incredible run. Give your overall impressions on tonight's game.
Well, you know, we just picked a bad time to have a bad game. And Highlands had an excellent game. You know, they were on fire. They did everything correctly. We just didn't play very well. We didn't finish a lot of shots, missed a lot of free throws. And I can't think of anything that they did wrong, but Highlands, but it happens like that sometimes.
Kam, you've all tournament long been getting to the bucket pretty easily, and you did again tonight. That was part of your game. But it seemed like Highlands, every game they played, they made things hard because of their length. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, they had some pretty good size, and even on the point guard, he about 6'4", 6'5", and they were getting tips on every shot we put up and holding their hands up high. It just made it a little bit difficult.
Keith, the experience of getting to come here, play at Rupp Arena in a season that, first of all, just making sure we could get to play was a big deal. And then you get to come all the way to the state championship game. What are you going to take away from this experience?
Just everything we did, went down here.
J.R. Van Hoos has a question. Unfortunately for your seniors, they don't get to come back next year, but what can the youth of E-Town take from the legacy that your seniors are going to leave behind?
Yeah, you would hope that does happen. You know, these guys have been playing on the varsity level since the freshman year. You know, they have succeeded at every level. You know, even when it was 8th grade, they made it to the state finals in that. In football, this is an exceptional class. This doesn't come around very often in the things that they have accomplished as a group. Now the underclassmen, you know, I would have hoped they want to achieve the same thing, you know, but like I said, this doesn't come along very often. These guys have been together since they were in kindergarten. They could have moved away like a lot of people do. A lot of people, you know, they move because they think there's better opportunities. They get recruited. They do a lot of different things. But these guys have stayed here. You know, when it wasn't even easy, they stayed here. They didn't leave, and they're here. That's the most important thing that the underclass can take. You stay, you know, and you tough it out. You don't just quit. You just don't leave. And they didn't.
The guys sitting to your right and left, how much do they mean to you?
I have 8 seniors, you know, that I built a lifelong relationship with, I hope. And these 2 right here are just representative of the other 6 back there. You know, I love them. I will miss them dearly. And they have nothing to be ashamed of. You know, we got down in a hole and we just couldn't get out of it.
What is like the biggest thing that Highlands did right tonight? You said kind of everything, but if you had to pinpoint one thing that kind of changed this game, what would it be?
Well, they knocked down 9 threes in the first half. And they were just, they were physical too. You know, I know that we were going to the hole a lot, and sometimes you get bodied up, and sometimes the referees don't call that, but we're not a big team. You know, when you body us up, it does affect our shots. Not making any excuses whatsoever. You know, we just didn't handle things as well as I would have hoped. And like I said, give all credit to Highlands. I don't know how they lost the game.
Did you sense any nerves from your guys coming out in the first quarter? That's a huge stage.
No, I mean, no, no. Now it wasn't like this game's any different than the other 3 games that they played here. You know, the crowd level wasn't any larger because of the limitation of COVID. And normally this is, you know, in the Chase Championship game, it's like 18-something thousand. So no, it was us not playing well and Highland playing exceptional.
Michael Graham had a question. During the 21-game winning streak of Highlands, teams had to pick their poison when they tried to guard this Highlands team. What did you hope to do that just didn't end up working in this game?
Yeah, I never thought that. I hope that they wouldn't shoot as well as they did. And I hope that we could defend a little bit better and rebound better. Honestly, I can't think of anything that they didn't do well. They played an exceptional game, and like I said, we didn't play the type of ball that we normally do, and I give Highlands all the credit for that. But these guys have that I in my locker room, these two guys right here have accomplished a tremendous amount, and I hate for their careers in this manner. To get to the final stage, which very few teams get the chance to do, and they did it. I mean, with a guard-oriented lineup. He's 5'7". Sometimes people list him at 5'10". He's 5'7". I got maybe 5'11" over here. Tallest person is 6'1". And we're able to get here with that lineup.
Kam, this is from Andrew Chernoff. What will you remember most about this team?
It's more about the team, but I think more importantly, the city, just the whole city in general, growing up with them and just doing everything together. Usually you go in town, you see one of us, you see all of us. That's how close we are, the bond we built. And the city, they've been with us every step of the way. Even when we were losing sophomore season, we were 13-13. They were at every game. Now they're here now. And we just try to do it for them. And that's what's most important to me.
Take one more. Jaquais. This is from Matt Tyson, News Enterprise. From not getting to play at Rupp last year to the state finals this time around, for better or worse, how would you describe the journey the last 2 seasons?
It's been a ride. We would have wished that we could came last year, could have made a run, but we made a run this year. Didn't go our way. Highlands played an excellent game. Hats off to them, but it was a ride. I would rather do it with nobody else.
Congratulations, coach, players. Thank you.
Thank you.
To our media on this call on the Zoom conference, we are now getting prepared to bring out the state champions, Highlands Bluebirds. Of course, Kevin Listerman, head coach, will be with us, and we are expecting number 3, Sam Vinson, who is also named the tournament's most valuable player, and number 11, Luke Muller. Luke was an all-tournament team selection as well. Go ahead and load in those questions into the chat for coach or the 2 athletes I just mentioned, and we will get to as many as we can. All right, we're now joined by coach and the student athletes. Coach, getting to wear that T-shirt, what you just went through, how does it feel?
It's beyond description. I think I said in the pre-tournament press conference, it's like going to the moon. You can work and do everything right, and there's so many things that are beyond your control to have the opportunity. And so we just kind of kept our blinders on all week, and we just played the team that was in front of us, didn't worry about the stage. We just went out and did our thing. And I'm so proud of these guys for the way that our seniors led this team all year long. We stayed focused, we stayed simple, and just made play after play after play. And, I'm so blessed to be in this spot. Growing up as a Kentucky kid and having played, I told all these kids I played 39.3 seconds in the state tournament when I was a freshman. And to be able to come back as a coach and have them have this unbelievable experience and to get to sit back and just watch it is absolutely amazing and humbling. And, I'm so blessed, and I couldn't be more happy for this group of kids.
like early things just seemed to be going well and just kept rolling. Coach Hare was very supportive of your team. He said when asked, what was one thing they did well, he's like, well, it's not just one thing. It seems like everything went right tonight. Do you agree?
A whole lot of things went right, especially early to help us build that lead. And then, we were able to maintain it in the second half. A lot of it starts with Sam and Luke and the defensive job that they did. We challenged our players this whole week about rebounding, and we did a great job in the first half to collect the misses. And then we did what we typically do, which is make that extra pass and knock down shots. And when we get rolling, we're awfully difficult to handle. And we were able to build that lead. And then in the second half, I think we played a little bit to the clock. We kept watching, and that's typical. But we made the plays that we had to, and held them at bay, and finished the game like I wanted us to.
Sam, this question's for you. It's from Michael Graham. Highlands did not seem bothered by the grind of this tournament. What's been the key to that?
Just the work we put in the off season. We put in work all off season, all summer long, and that prepared us for this day, this whole tournament. And I think we outworked everyone, and I think it showed this tournament.
Like all season long, says Michael Graham, when Highlands gets up, they can dictate the tempo and cruise to the win. How was that again the case in this game? Just talking about that early tempo, it seems like that gets you all into a good mindset for the rest of the game. What's your thoughts?
We hit some big shots early in the game. We got a big lead. I think we're up by like 18 at a point. We pushed to 21. And after that, we had the lead. We were just dictating the game. And that's just what we do all season long. And it showed tonight again.
Coach J.R. Van Hoos had a question for you. He says, Coach Listerman, you played for the NKU Norse, and next season, Sam will follow in your shoes. Just how special of a player are the Norse getting?
Coach Horn's getting an awfully good one. I'm going to be biased here. I think he's the best player in the state. And I think this week he got the opportunity to showcase it. And he does it in so many ways. He does it scoring, he does it rebounding, he does it assist, and he's so humble about it. He's about his teammates. When they get rolling, he finds them. He did it for Luke in a couple games this week, did it for Will a couple times tonight. And, Coach Horn's getting an awfully good one. And we're so proud of him, and to get to see him stay home, we're awfully excited. And, I couldn't be more happy for Sam. It didn't make any difference where he was going. We were going to be awfully excited for him. And, the Northern Kentucky community is going to get to watch him do his thing for 4 more years and on an even bigger stage.
Jason Frakes, Louisville Courier-Journal. Coach, before the game, how concerned were you about fatigue, given that you played the late semi?
A little bit more just kind of in shooting. I thought we would be able to defend, and I thought the pace would be okay. I got to give a lot of credit to our strength and conditioning coach, the Chris and Jordan Nevels. We've done workouts all season long with those guys. We even did them before we came down here, and they had us mentally and physically prepared for the grind that we were getting ready to go through. And I couldn't say enough about those two guys and what they've done for our program in terms of mental and physical toughness. And then, when you've got guys like Luke and Sam to control the game, I felt like if we could just get through things early, I thought we would be in pretty good shape. And obviously we came out and dictated right away, and, we took care of business.
Luke, how much did playing in the 9th region help get this team ready?
It was a huge deal. The competition there, I think the whole state kind of knew whoever was going to come out of there had a good chance at the title. And that was us this year. We knew if we got out of there, we had a great chance. You got to give credit to everyone in that region for pushing us and giving us tough games, and that really helps us here in the state tournament.
Coach Michael Graham, he has dug into some research here. For what it's worth, there was a Listerman on the 1924 state runner-up team. What can you say about the process to get here?
One of my very good friends reminded me when we were struggling and going through some tough times that we started from the bottom and now we're here, to quote Drake. And I don't listen to a whole lot of Drake, but I listen to that one. And that's really sums it up. We just committed to the process. These guys did it and I go back to middle school. They committed themselves to turning this program around, and they wanted to do something special, and they did it. My staff has been phenomenal in just the relationships that they've built with the kids, the trust that they have in us, and to trust what we do in terms of our system. And you know, it seems in some ways a little bit like an overnight success, and all of a sudden we get it. But really, it's a lot of years and hours and time, and so many people to thank because of it. You know, I think want to thank our custodians. They put in 6 hours every day to take up and put down our cafeteria so we can practice. And without all those people between them and here, we don't get to enjoy this night.
They switched to man. This is Jarrett Peck, Lexington Herald leader. They switched to man to take away the three, but your team adapted and still got baskets. Was there ever a concern there?
Well, when they actually switched to the zone there in the middle of the second quarter is where I kind of got a little, we just had to figure out, we've got a couple different zone offenses and just figuring out which one's the one that's going to work. And we found out that keeping it number 3's hand and him throwing to number 15 and number 11 was a good offense. So we just let that kind of roll. But yeah, when they switched, you have to make those adjustments, and we did, and we handled the ball, we made shots, and you know, when you make shots, life's a lot easier.
Okay, last call for questions from the media. We did have one. We'll just end on this unless we get something else. Sam, when did winning state become the goal and not just the ninth?
I mean, it's been a goal our whole entire life, honestly. I remember just a little kid, me, Luke, and Zach, we played since like 3rd grade. And we go to the games, we watch them, and we said, like, when we get to high school, we want to go out and win state. And then we came into the program freshman year 4 years ago, and that's still our goal. And to finally get it done, it's just a feeling like no other.
And just another one to wrap up. Luke, you must be a golfer. I don't know.
Yep.
Okay. Mark Weary, 859 Sports Radio, wants to know, how did hitting golf balls and putting mentally prepare you for a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, golf's huge mental game, and being out there on the court, I try to be a leader out there. Try to get the guys in check. Sam's a big leader out there as well. But that's just something we got to do. And mental toughness is just as important as performing out there, shooting the ball and all the skills. So it was important.
Coach, I think that wraps it up. Go enjoy the night.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank
You
you.
guys have done so much this whole week. We greatly appreciate it.